It was a statement that raised eyebrows and concern. I think we all kind of looked at each other after he left the room, like, did he really say that? Like, because and like I said, like I'm pretty cautious about tweeting it right away because I want to make sure I get the quote right. So I was like, I'm not tweeting it until I listen to it again, and then listen to it. I was, oh my God, that was bad.
Hello and welcome to Gang Sounds Off here. My name is Ryan Sampson. That's our Jets beat writer Brian Costello, and that's my guy Frankie Vitoriti from U Stadium. Today is Friday, November 7th, week 10 of the NFL season. The Jets are playing the Cleveland Browns at home. Now a 2.5 point dog after a couple of insane trades at the deadline. The Jets have traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. We broke it down on the live show after the deadline. Go check it out if you can on the New York Post Sports YouTube channel. But today's episode, we're going to talk about the latest with this Jets team, preview a little bit of this matchup, but really discuss where this team goes from here on out the rest of this season. Before I get to any of that, I'll start with Kaz. How are you doing today, sir, on this fine Friday fall morning?
I'm good, Ryan. I'm good. Looking forward to getting to Sunday and covering a football game again after all this week.
It perfectly lined up the way it went with the trade deadline, and then this happens with the bye week. So it's been a while since we've seen actual football on the field for the Jets. And Frankie, how are you doing today, sir?
Feeling good, guys. I'm feeling good. I can finally start to see a little bit of light here in this very, very dark tunnel. So I thought it was a pretty good week for us Jets fans, and we'll see how Sunday shapes out.
In the famous words of Frankie Vitorino all year long, it's getting darker and darker. We're getting down the rabbit hole. But like Frankie says, maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Of course, the Jets are selling hope as always. And I want to start off with Gang Sounds Off. Fellas, Aaron Glenn spoke yesterday or 2 days ago, sorry, after the trade deadline and spoke to you guys in the media. And he was asked about his messaging to fans. After these two superstars on the Jets team are traded off in Sauce and Quinnen.
Listen, I want this to be a team that the fans are proud of. But again, I never said that we're going to be proud of them right now. At some point, I want this to be a team that the fans are proud of, and I still stick with that. And I will still say that this is a team that the fans will be proud of.
I'll start off before I toss to you guys. Aaron Glenn was asked before the season, what determines a successful season to you? And he said exactly, quote, I want the fans to be proud of this team. Now, it's semantics by saying not now, but in the end of it all, there has definitely been a shift in what Aaron Glenn's messaging has been from the start to now, right now, after the deadline when they trade Sauce and Quinnen for a haul of picks. So I have an issue in the fact that you now have played the semantics game and shifted your statement of saying you want fans to be proud of this team. They're not proud of this team. They're not proud of the 1-7 product. And to be honest with you, no one saw this team being this bad this year. And no one saw you trading Sauce Gardner at the deadline for a haul of picks. Quinnen was obviously the rumors there, but this is where they are now. And that is Aaron Glenn. I think he can't admit his mistakes where I maybe overvalued where the start of this team was in the beginning of the year, because there was also at the beginning of the offseason where he said, this is a winning team. We're here to win. So I have a lot of issues with what Aaron Glenn has now put this messaging forward, Kaz, and I'll toss it to you and your reaction to what Aaron Glenn said that to you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot, Ryan. I mean, first of all, I thought his answer before the season when he was asked that question was really good because he didn't kind of box himself into wins or playoffs or anything like that. It's like, okay, yeah, like most coaches are going to say fans should be proud of the team no matter what. And then just for him to kind of say, well, no, you shouldn't be proud of the team right now, I thought was really putting his foot in his mouth. But yeah, I think the bigger thing is there has been a shift, and even I was told there's been a shift in the meeting rooms, like with the players. Like there's been a shift in the messaging from the coaches from like we're winning games to more about development and growing and improving. And you know, I we've heard that before from coaches, but I feel like Saleh and Douglas were pretty good about that in 2021 of being upfront of being like, okay, this we're not going anywhere this season. Like they didn't say that, but they were like they would always talk about improvement and growth and getting young players better. And you really didn't talk about winning as much then, and I thought that was fair at that point from where the team was. So yeah, it's been a shift, and I think Aaron Glenn, I think the team is not as good as he thought it was going to be. That's partially on him, and I also makes you question their player evaluation skills a little bit. Like, did they? I get that the Sauce thing was like, oh, they're getting praised for structuring the contract the way they could trade him, but it's not a good thing that you signed a guy in July to a long-term contract, and we're talking about him being here till 2030. He's gone before Alan Lazard. He
Yeah.
left the building before Alan Lazard, guys. He left the building before Michael Clemens. So that tells me like you didn't realize what you had in Sauce when you watched the tape of him, and he wasn't quite as good as you thought he was. So yeah, it was a statement that raised eyebrows and concern. I think we all kind of looked at each other after he left the room and like, did he really say that? Like, and like I said, like I'm pretty cautious about tweeting it right away because I want to make sure I get the quote right. So I was like, I'm not tweeting it until I listen to it again, and then listen to it. I was, oh my God, that was bad.
Frankie, I have to imagine you're with me that when Kaz says that was bad, and now also you heard it live when he did say that. What is your thoughts and reactions to it?
Well, to be honest, I'm trying to put a time frame on this or from his original comments. Like when he did say that this is going to be a team you're proud of. When did he mean, or when did he intend for that
Well,
to be the
the
reality?
question, Frankie, was about this season.
This
The question
season.
was, how do you define this a
Yes, but
successful
at
season
what
this year?
point?
It was
Well,
it
but
was
like
it
I
was
think at all points. I don't think
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
okay,
I think
yeah,
he wanted them
yeah,
to be proud of him in week one in Pittsburgh is how I took it. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think he ever wanted to I don't think a coach ever wants to field a team that fans aren't gonna be proud of.
and
Like
he
that's a
also
pretty low bar.
and I'll
Yeah.
finish up before like when he finished up his quote there in the beginning of the season about fans should be I want fans to be proud of this team. He ended it with and wins will come with that. If they're
Yeah, he
proud of this
did.
team. He ended the
Yeah.
quote with that. That's what people forget too. It's like that's that's an indictment on you. You're literally saying they're going to be proud if we win some games, which is true. It's a good quote, but then for you to walk it back after you just it's like you have egg on your face at this point where like dude, know the room, read the room, and like be honest with us as fans and be like, guys, this season hasn't gone the way we wanted it to, and we saw the opportunity, which is what he said before that quote here this week, and just be like, we're shifting our organization's thoughts on how we're going to build this thing for the future. So that's where I'm kind of at with this whole thing.
Cause I was going to ask you. Yes, I agree with what you're saying. At any point in the season, really is what he was referring to. I do think though, when you're looking at this season and where it was going, I think circumstances and the fact that this trade was put on the table for them, and I did love his answer with how he responded in terms of the trade. He said, "It's opportunity. This league is all about opportunity." I thought that was a really good answer. I think he was trying to message us and put forth that this was something that he didn't even really expect with the Sauce deal specifically, and they just kind of jumped at it. And
I get it, but if they really love the player, they wouldn't jump at it because in that theory of opportunity, and I threw this at some people with the Jets who were giving me that stuff. I'm like, okay, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, like you guys should call the Kansas City Chiefs right now and say, we'll give you all of our draft picks in 2026, 2027, and 2028 for number 15. Are they going to do that? No, because they're never going to trade Patrick Mahomes. There's no price you could give them for Patrick Mahomes. Like so, and they're that's not fair as a quarterback. Okay, but like there was a they didn't there was something about Sauce Gardner that they were willing to make this move. They weren't willing to trade Garrett. So this is I get the opportunity line, but it's a little disingenuous because you had to be willing to trade them in order to take the opportunity.
Completely agree with you, Kaz. Completely agree with you. So I think how we shift from here, fellas, is I want to ask you both and get your thoughts. And this is kind of what I want to label this episode. And now what? Meaning, what now are we as fans and you, Kaz, as the media member, what are we supposed to look forward to this season? Because there's still 9 games to play the rest of the year. And that's a lot of football to watch and
Yeah.
diagnose and digest.
Yeah. Well, I sort of referenced this the last time we talked. Like, you guys are sickos and you're going to watch it no matter what. No matter what you say, you're going to watch it and you're going to be pissed off when how can Lamar Jackson be beating Tony Adams like this? I don't understand it. Like, so it's going to be, you guys will do your fan thing. But I think, I think there's kind of a couple things you're looking for. Aaron Glenn's going to be here, right? We've gone over that before. So you want to see growth from Aaron Glenn. I think you saw it in Cincinnati. Like, his decision making in Cincinnati seemed pretty good, and so can he show you something as a coach that makes you believe he's the right guy? And then young players. You want to see something from the young players, and I'll throw in the guys that they acquired now. A.D. Mitchell, I think you guys are excited about him, and some of the other guys that they acquired. Can they do something? I think you're. I mean, probably going to use this line in the newspaper Sunday as I'm thinking about it, but we are now entering the 2027 preseason,
Mm.
right? That's to me, that's what these 9 weeks are about. And you're like, okay, who should be part of the 2027 Jets? I really like what I saw from Kiko on this game, and I really, AZ Thomas really stepped up. Like, I think that's where your focus is right now, is who's going to be on 2027 Jets, and then the coaching. Can you see growth in the coaching?
Frankie, what about you? How are you feeling about the team the rest of the way?
I agree 100% with Kaz. They're going to have to audit this roster the rest of the year. And that goes not only towards what Kaz is saying with 2027. I'm looking at 2026, the draft. If they're drafting,
I said I meant 2026.
Okay, I no, but
oh, okay,
I
okay,
think the
I meant
point still remains.
2026, guys.
Yeah,
I
I
meant
think
yeah, the
2026.
point's still there.
the
Yeah,
point's
yeah,
still
yeah.
there, Kaz, because I think you're making
Yeah.
a good point about 27. It's like that's after the two
Yeah,
drafts coming
I'm
up.
not that far ahead, though. I meant 2026.
I kind of like that though, Kaz.
Yeah.
Like 2027 pre. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of forward thinking. They're gonna have to look at these defensive players, guys, in this draft too. If they are not in love with one of these quarterbacks, Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain. Not gonna get too much into draft talk, but they may be drafting fourth or fifth if Mendoza gets picked or he doesn't, and they're not in love with any of these guys. They have to see, do we really need a linebacker? Do we need Caleb Downs and draft him at safety? So I think depending upon how the rest of these guys play, Kaz, I'm with you.
If you
there.
draft a
I think
safety, oh my God,
I'm
people are gonna
with
go
you.
nuts.
I know. Caleb
As good
Downs
as Caleb
really
Downs
good,
is,
though.
and look, I was
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Kyle Hamilton train back in 2022, and
Wasn't
it
a
turns
bad
out he's
train at this
turns out
point.
he's pretty good. But then
Yeah, he's
everyone's like,
awesome.
you can't draft him number 4. You can't draft him 4.
Yeah,
So
if you're a game changer at safety, like Kyle Hamilton when he's healthy, he is a game changer. He changes the scope of what you can do on defense. You have to be that though to be justified getting picked in the top 10 for the most part. But yeah, they're gonna have to audit the roster the rest of the year, Rye and Kaz, and see who they think can compete to start in 26 or can't. And they have a 2 first-round draft picks, so should be able to address something, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, audit the roster. I think also, besides the coaching, you want to see growth overall from the strategy, like Kaz said about Tanner Angstrand. What's his offensive play calling look like the rest of the way? How's he going to get guys like Adonai Mitchell, and can he get John Menchie the ball? And those two guys, I am really fascinated to see if they can make some kind of, just impact on the game. It doesn't have to be superstar quality, but I think the traits are there, especially for a guy like AD Mitchell who looks the part, but just needs the opportunity. And maybe this is the opportunity for AD Mitchell, but you need better quarterback play, bottom line. And I think that kind of also brings me to where are we at with this team and guys that are on expiring deals. And the first one I want to talk about is Quinnen Williams, because
Quincy.
sorry, Quincy Williams. Sorry, Quincy Williams. He got benched. What is your thoughts, Kaz, on the fact they didn't deal him before the deadline was over, and now we find out he's not even the starting linebacker this week?
Yeah, I'm puzzled. Puzzled. I thought they should have traded him anyway. Like, I thought that was going to happen anyway, and so you know, then to find out Monday they told him he wasn't playing, and they still didn't
Crazy.
trade him. Like, you had to be able to get a 6 for him in my mind. But even to get a 7, just get something. Like, I don't understand it at all. I don't understand it at all. And um, I also think to this raised a different thought in my head. Like we talk about the coaching and we talk about a lot of times we talk about coaching, we talk about the decision making, right? And that kind of thing. But why are players getting worse is something I'm thinking about. So like Quincy Williams was a all-pro player 2 years ago. Now he's getting benched, I assume like for a fifth round pick. Why did Michael Carter get worse? Why is Will McDonald getting worse? Like you guys argued Quinnen Williams was getting worse. I didn't totally agree with that, but you can throw him in that bucket too if you want. Um, Sauce, if you want to argue, Sauce has gotten worse.
Yeah.
Like what's going on coaching wise on the defensive side of the ball where some of these players who, were pretty good 2, 3 years ago were pretty good, and why have they dropped off this much? And is that a concern with the coaching?
I wonder also, like you said, with the concern with the coaching, we can't forget how we started this year. Steve Wilkes was on the hottest of hot seats, and
Yeah,
we were talking about him a ton of like,
Yeah.
is this guy even going to make the year? Just because that's a guy who did not have a great track record in terms of recent history and his performance of coaching defenses, and we still have to pay attention the rest of the year. Like I understand you traded Quinnen and Sauce, but there's still guys on this team like Jermaine and Will and Quincy and Jamie and Sherwood has not had a great year this year after
Raymond
you played
Sherwood
him.
thrown there too. Yeah,
Like there needs to be better play by this defense overall, and I guess that's where we can't let our foot off the gas pedal here a little bit when it's like, what does Steve Wilkes do the rest of this year? And he can't have a built-in excuse because you traded Sauce and Quinnen, in my opinion. What about you, Frankie?
Well, yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about this conversation is when Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich were here, it seemed like they were developing these guys pretty fast. These guys were
that's
all
the
coming
strength.
along.
That's the strength of the Salah era, Frankie. Right to
Yeah,
me, the
absolutely,
best thing Salah did was develop defensive players. Bryce Huff, right?
for
JSN,
sure. Quincy
yeah,
Williams,
yeah.
yeah.
Quincy, yep.
Totally. I think now talking about Quincy specifically, guys, I think Quincy's been really bad this year. Now, I know he's made some plays. I know he's been like a rocket. He's made some splash plays that when you're watching the game on Sunday, you're like, oh, that looks great. Like Quincy's back. Look at the other 10 plays after that and the 10 plays before that. He doesn't fit with Jamie and Sherwood. They just don't fit side by side. I don't know if they're not seeing it. I don't know if they're not diagnosing it. I don't know if that's the reason, but I'm sure it has something to do with it. He's all over the place. Jamian isn't sure where to fill. Quincy's filling sometimes the right or wrong gap. I don't know, but they clearly don't fit together. Maybe something happened. I would say, Kaz. I would maybe throw that to you or Rye if you have an opinion there. But I think something happened between him not getting dealt, his brother getting dealt, and then him getting benched because
No, he was
it's like
benched Monday, Frankie. He was benched Monday.
He's benched
He
before the
was,
deadline.
Yeah, he was benched before the trade happened. Yeah.
Oh, so you
And
don't think there was anything like
I
the
don't think there
Jets
was
told
anything.
him?
And like, look,
Yeah,
I know the brothers storyline is fun and all, but
yeah,
like these are two guys who were very much their own
Yeah.
individuals. I think they enjoyed playing each other, but
yeah.
they're their individual guys. Like I don't think there was
Yeah.
anything to the trade. Like he was benched Monday, so
Interesting. So you think it had everything to do with the tape from the last
Well,
Bengals
it's
game?
like
and
you
they
just said.
traded for
It's
him?
like you just said.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
well, I thought he played pretty well in the Bengals game, and like
He
he
had
had
some
missed
nice
4 years
plays.
before that. And then I think it has something to do with Kiko too. Like
Yeah,
I think now they're going, okay, like Thomas is gonna play. We dealt Sauce. They already have Malachi Moore playing. They have the guys on offense playing. So it's like, okay, let's get
yeah,
Kiko. Kiko had a good game against Carolina, I think it
Yes.
was, right? He played pretty well against Carolina. So I think they're like, okay, let's get him in there and see what we got. Like we talked about. I think Quincy's probably not gonna be part of this team next year. Let's see what we have in Kiko. Can he be the starter for us next year? That's all well and good. Why didn't you trade him? Like
yeah.
why, like that's what I can't, that's the piece I can't figure out. They had to be able to get something for Quincy Williams, and why didn't they just deal him?
It's a great question, Kaz, and it's something we probably won't find out until the off season probably. And by all intents, if you're benching him, you probably aren't going to keep him next year. So
Right.
it's puzzling. So I want to talk about the other guy that clearly was down in the locker room after the deadline. You could see it when you guys spoke to him on camera. And Breece Hall, we saw the rumors like he's requesting a trade, and he's like, nah, I never, that's out of my hands. And also, if a team deals me, a team deals me. But I thought it was fascinating, guys. Is like the Jets are kind of in this situation where if they did trade Breece Hall, it's Isaiah Davis and no one running the football. You're putting your offense in a bad spot. It's not like the offense is lighting the world on fire besides against the Bengals defense. So I don't know. It's like a catch 22, I guess. Like if you trade him, like your offense is going to be in a worse spot. But if you keep and hold on to him, there's a very good chance he's walking unless you put a transition tag like Frankie's talked about in the in the offseason. So what is your thoughts on how the Jets are handling this Breece Hall situation?
Yeah, it's complicated, like you said. I see both sides of it, really. I do think it'd be hard for them to have a functioning offense without Breece Hall the rest of the season. I think he's that important, and with Braylon Allen being hurt, I think that completely changed the calculus of this whole thing. I think if Braylon Allen had stayed healthy and had emerged as a 1A back, dealing Breece would have been a no-brainer for them. But with him on the shelf, I think it was much harder. Yeah, I think they're kind of just kicking the can down the road on the decision for next year, which they can do. I think they can evaluate him for 9 more games, but he didn't seem like he was in a good place to me Wednesday when we talked to him. Um, there was some pushback from the Jets about how he characterized what he said and what, at one point he said nah when he was asked if he was hoping to be traded, and they were saying, well, he said he wasn't hoping, well, but like, yeah, but he was kind of wishy-washy. There was a lot of word salad going on from Breece. And there's semantic games to be played too, guys. Like at the trade deadline is like, did you request a trade? Well, maybe Breece didn't request a trade. Maybe his agent requested a trade. And so like if you say no, you're being honest. I didn't request a trade, but my agent did. So there's semantic games. I think, Breece has not been happy. I'm pretty sure he would have been thrilled to go somewhere else, particularly after he saw Sauce and Quinnen go. He was tight with those guys. But he's here. So now, I thought it was interesting too. He referenced his frustration with how they're coming from behind so much that he's not getting carries because they have to throw the ball because they're trailing so much. So
Mm.
he's a frustrated dude, I think.
Well, Kaz, you tweeted 2 days ago. You saw Breece Hall at practice. He was smiling.
He was
He
smiling
looked
and shaking hands with
smiling.
everybody. Yeah. He was being a good teammate.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Rye, to see how this plays out. I'm curious what his usage is going to look like these last 9 games and how involved they want to make him. Some people are suggesting, I'm not saying this, but I've heard people say, watch them put Breece in the doghouse and not want to use him at all to help them in the. I'm like, why would they do that? Like that's
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
I've heard people suggesting that Breece's usage will go down in these next 9 games. But I almost think more than likely not, it could be the opposite. Tanner Engstrand's going to look at Breece and say, what can we do with this guy moving forward and how involved do we want him to be? Because he is the most dangerous player, I would say, on
Yeah.
our offense.
Yeah.
In terms of someone that could take it 70 yards.
Yeah, he's a home run hitter. He's the home run hitter.
Exactly. He's a home run hitter. Perfectly said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, curious to see how it plays out. I'm curious also how many offers were actually there for Breece. I know there were, murmurs
Yeah.
about.
So yeah, I was told by somebody that Kansas City thing is not true. That Kansas City did not offer a fourth. But again, like this is like
Yeah,
the trade deadline is similar to the draft and free agency where people have agendas and you don't know what
for
to
sure.
believe. Where it's tough reporting. So, but I was told that was not true.
Mm.
Oh, you mean the Jets didn't trade players from a top 5 defense, guys? I had to throw that in there. All right, guys. So I do want to spin it forward here a little bit about this Jets team playing the Browns this week. I'm not going to ask you for a key matchup because I just don't think there's really anything worth highlighting in this game.
There's a
because-
lot of matchups.
There
Yeah,
is.
come
What are you
on,
talking
Ryan.
about?
Go ahead.
Myles Garrett.
Let's go ahead.
Myles Garrett's a superstar, Ryan. I think that's going to be like Myles Garrett versus your young tackles is a very fascinating matchup to me.
Okay.
It's a great one.
I mean, it's a 1-7 team and they're.
I
trying to
get it,
block
but like,
Garrett.
but we're talking about the future, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like the one thing you guys feel really good about are these two tackles going forward, right? And now this is the test. This is the. I don't know if you guys watched him against the Patriots.
Yeah, I did.
But
It was unreal.
holy crap.
Yeah. He abused Will Campbell. He abused him.
Yeah, and Morgan Moses,
Yeah.
he was on that side a little bit too, and he used the guards a little bit too when he went inside, and like he made the tight end jump off sides when he lined up on him. Like he is the best, So like I think this is going to be an interesting test for your two tackles and also for Justin Fields to see can he get the ball out of his hands because Drake May did a pretty good job getting the ball out of his hands quickly and he still got sacked, what was it, 5 times.
5 times.
So, if Justin Fields is back there holding on to the ball all day, good luck.
All
And
right.
I'll say this.
If Justin Fields is the quarterback, of course, guys. If he's
Yeah.
the quarterback.
We still don't know, right?
We still don't know.
Oh, man.
FanDuel might know because they're putting his prop lines out for passing, which we'll do in
Oh,
the
they
numbers
are?
later. Yeah.
What happens if he doesn't end up starting for whatever reason? Would they give you that back?
I
you
mean, it's
think?
voided bets if he doesn't play.
Okay. What if he plays like 10 snaps or something?
Then you're screwed.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Welcome to gambling.
I'll say this.
Go ahead, Frankie. Give me your key matchup here.
Well, no. I'm gonna piggyback off of Koz's key matchup there. I think it's their D line because their D line, they have two players on their D line. They have Alex Wright, who is a top 10 rated edge by PFF. Then you have Malik Collins, who's considered a very good and ascending defensive lineman who sort of bounced around for his career, but sort of settling at home. And they obviously have the 5th overall pick in Mason Graham that's been playing pretty well also the last couple games. So it's going to be a challenge for our offensive line. We'll get a sense of what those guards can do. And I think guard, guys, is a position that we didn't say this, I'm looking at throughout this year too. I want to see what Tippmann looks like and John Simpson. And we have AVT still out there for the future.
Frankie, hey, Ryan. Frankie has the 2 first-round picks going to safety and guard now.
I mean, you can't write it. You can't write this.
Build the roster, baby. Bring in Kirk Cousins.
Literally repeating, Frankie. I think he's trying to make fun of the fact that you're literally repeating. Was it 2017? Now we're back to 2020. Like it's all the same. It's like, oh, they need a safety. Oh, they need a guard. Oh, we drafted Elijah Vera Tucker. Oh, we drafted Jamal Adams. You saw how that worked out. Like
it's a rebuild life, baby.
It's an endless cycle. Get off the ride. Change it. Change the tune.
All right, let me ask you guys a quick question. If they're not in love with a quarterback this year, why would you have to draft one? What are you going to do in 2027 if you like one of those guys? You're going to draft a quarterback this year and next year? I'm fine with that, by the way.
You could. It's the Panthers model, right?
Right.
Jimmy Clausen and Cam Newton.
Yeah, I guess the Cardinals did it.
Cardinals did with Kyler and Josh Rosen.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
We're not there yet, Frankie. We still got 9 games to go. All right, trivia time for Coz. Time to stump him. I think this could be easy because he was at all 3 of these games. But
3 games. That sounds like this is like a compound question, like they used to call it back in 2nd grade, huh?
Coz, can you name me the last 3 quarterbacks that have started for the Jets against the Browns?
The last 3 quarterbacks who've started for the Jets against the Browns. So the last game was 2023. So that would have been Simeon.
That is correct. That is one.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Nice pull. I think that was the hard one.
The one before that was the Flacco game.
Bang, that's 2.
Jets.
Garrett Wilson game-winning touchdown.
Yes. Yeah, Garrett Wilson. So I'm trying to remember if there was a game between 2018 and 2022 against the Browns. You guys do play them a lot. That's what I'm struggling to remember. But I will go, if there was a game, most likely Sam Darnold was the starting quarterback against the Browns.
Ooh.
Guys, 3 for 3.
Was it 2018, right?
2020.
2020. Okay, the COVID year, but he was the starter. Yep.
That's right. When Baker had no wide receivers and remember that?
Oh, right. When they came in, yes, and they just beat them. Yep. Okay.
That's a crazy game. So I didn't get Kaz. That's good. That's a good pull by you.
That was a good pull, Kaz.
Simeon's a tough one. That was a. You
know who Simeon was playing in that game in 2023? Who the other quarterback
was? Yeah, it was Flacco.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow.
When Jermaine had the pick 6.
The Browns and Jets are very incestuous with each other. Like it's crazy.
You play the last place teams play each other a lot, and these 2 teams have been in last place a lot. So yeah, it was years where we went to Green Bay. We went to Cleveland every single year. Like I think, like 16, 17, 18, we were in Cleveland every year.
Yeah, it's always fun to play the Browns. Over under. It's been a couple weeks, guys, but Kaz was 5-0 his last time up, and Frankie was 3-2.
Mm.
To remind everyone, the season total, Kaz is 29-25 plus 4 units, and Frankie is 24-30. You're down 6 units. So, with that being said, let's start with the quarterback that might be starting or might not be starting in Justin Fields. They have him, according to FanDuel, at 168.5 pass yards. I'll start with Kaz, 168.5 pass yards for Justin Fields.
Under.
Oh my God, under? That's a low total.
Yeah, that's very
Browns
low.
defense is good.
Oh God, I already know what his prediction is going to be. Go ahead, Frankie.
I'm going over, baby.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
the only vulnerability with that Browns defense is their secondary.
Yeah, thank you.
Which isn't a big vulnerability, by the way, but it's the only one. So
How about the opposing quarterback, Dylan Gabriel,
All right.
186.5 pass yards. Kaz.
Didn't hear that one, right? So I was talking.
No, it's okay. You got it, Dylan
No.
Gabriel,
Dylan Gabriel, what was the number?
186.5 pass yards.
Under.
Wow, Kaz is looking for an awesome offensive game this
It's going to
weekend.
be pouring rain, right? Sunday, too?
I don't know, is it?
Yes.
Oh God.
supposed to, yeah. Dave, can I change my pick? No, I'm kidding.
Frankie, go ahead.
All right, now I'll take the under. I'll take Dylan Gabriel's under.
Can we
Garrett,
get Ryan? Can we get an over under on people in the building on Sunday?
it's got to be
That's
what,
a good
like
one.
10,000? It's got to be less
I'd
than
love to actually
10,000.
be able to get our hands on those numbers, the real numbers of attendance.
And they raised ticket prices on everyone before the deadline. That was great. Great move by the Jets there. Garrett Wilson, 52.5 receiving yards, making his return from the injury.
I think you go first on this one.
Over, baby. Over.
Okay.
52.5. That's a good number. I'm going to go under.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's talk about the other number one wide receiver for the Browns, Jerry Jeudy, 40.5 receiving yards.
40. Wow. Over.
Yeah. Jets playing without Sauce this week.
He is unfortunately on my fantasy team. I know Jerry Jeudy all too well this year. I'm going way under. He has been awful this year.
Under.
Breece Hall, 64.5 rush yards. Kaz.
Over.
Frankie.
Under.
Okay. And
Kaz, I'm going to catch you this week. I have a feeling.
Quinshawn Judkins, 81.5
Ooh.
rush yards.
Whoa.
Frankie has to go first.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
It's a big number.
And I'm going over.
Yeah, I don't blame you. He's good.
He is pretty good. He's been a little banged up, but
I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under on that, Ryan. That's too rich a number for me.
it is a big number. 81.5. Wow.
Yeah,
I'd like it over. Here are the two I want: over under on attendance, and I want over under on total punts. Right? You have total punts in the game.
No, that's a good one.
Because that is over. Bang the over to me, because I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be a heavy punt day.
Yeah, won't shock me. But the Jets' rush defense is so bad; it's going to get even worse now without Quinnen. All right, fellas, let's pick this game. Kaz is 5-3. I'm 5-3. Frankie's 3-5. The Jets were favored at 2 points before the trade deadline. After trading Sauce and Quinnen, it flipped all the way to Browns minus 2.5 now as the favorite at MetLife. I'll start with Frankie. Give me your pick.
All right, guys. I read a quote about this game, okay? And the quote was, "This game is when a stoppable force meets a movable object." That's what we got here. You get that reference?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay. These two teams are bad, okay? They're not very good. The Browns' strength with their defense is our weakness in our ability to really establish a running game for the most part. The last couple weeks, I feel like we really aren't consistently running the ball. And our quarterback loves to hold on to the ball forever, as we know, and they have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. They're actually ranked by PFF, and I bring them up all the time, but they're ranked the best pass rush in the NFL. Everything's pointing to Cleveland winning. Everything, right? The tight ends that they love to use, we struggle against tight ends. Tight ends have 122 rating against us, so quarterbacks do. Throwing the tight ends. I'm picking the Jets, though, baby. I'm back on, boys. This is a big week for us. The good energy's here. I'm feeling good. I got a little light in this tunnel. I'm seeing it. Aaron Glenn had his best presser, I think, of the year, even though those comments initially.
Presser of the year.
It was good. I liked it. He was talking about opportunity, and I got to make this team better. Muji came out there and said, we're doing this the right way. Garrett Wilson believes in the vision. Garrett's back.
We're playing winning football, right?
We're playing winning football now.
That's what Muji says too.
We're playing. We're becoming a winning franchise.
All about Cleveland, right?
All about Cleveland.
That's it.
Frankie, why don't you tell Coz about your defense tweet?
What was my defense tweet?
Now that Sauce and Quinnen are gone.
Oh, Coz, I have this weird feeling that now that Sauce and Quinnen are gone, that this defense could actually be better. And considering the Aaron Glenn, Steve Wilkes, very heavy man kind of system, one gap kind of flow, I think
that is the most Jets fan tweet ever, right there. Oh my God!
All right, so what's your score prediction here, Frankie?
Chopping your arm off and thinking I might be better at basketball now with one arm. I never could go to my left anyway.
That's actually pretty good.
What's your score, Frankie?
24-21.
That many points?
Yeah, I do. I think I have a feeling. Garrett's gonna have a little day. Breece catching passes. I think. Watch them get a nice screen game going there. They're a little bit susceptible. I know their linebacker, who I really like, Cleveland, Carson Schwessinger, who I actually wanted to draft. Not that we needed a linebacker, but he's hurt.
Was Fan in the tight end.
Yeah. They have a bunch of injuries too.
He missed practice Thursday, so
yeah. Schwessinger has a high ankle sprain.
Judkins is coming off an AC sprain, joint sprain.
Yeah. They're a little banged up, but yeah. Honestly, guys, I think the way the offense looked last time we played, all jokes aside, I thought was very impressive. I know it was against that Cincinnati team. I think they're going to keep the ball rolling a little bit. They're not going to look as good as they did against Cincinnati, but I think it'll be enough. I don't trust Dylan Gabriel, too, especially in bad weather. So I'm taking the Jets 24-21.
Kaz?
Do you guys have any projects at home that you've been putting off? Clean out the garage. Rye, you have anything at home?
I'm gonna do some leaves.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be raining. I'm thinking more indoor projects. Maybe there was a room you need to clean out. Maybe there's some pictures you need to hang, or
like a meal prep.
Something. Yeah. 1 and 4 Sunday is a good time to do it because I don't think anyone wants to watch this football game. This is going to be a rock fight. It's going to be ugly. And so I will take the Jets to win this rock fight 17-13.
What is happening?
I just feel like, you know what? I think when there's trades like this happen, you go one of two ways. You bag it, or you can be the rallying cry of us against the world and that kind of thing. I think the Jets will get that for 1 week. I think that will work. I think that they will feel like everyone's counting us out. We're not going to play well, and it helps that they're playing the Browns. It's like the old days of having the team meeting before you played the Royals. I was always my favorite thing when I covered the Yankees. They had a team meeting before they played the Royals when the Royals were 105 loss team. It's yeah, okay, the team meeting's going to work tonight. You're playing a crap team. So I think the Jets get the little boost this week and win ugly 17-13. Wow.
Both you guys picking the Jets. One little flaw.
Come on, Ryan.
He's not going to pick him, Kaz.
One little flaw in your argument there. You had me almost there with the player meeting, Kaz. The Yankees are still the Yankees. 27 world championships. This New York Jets team is the worst football franchise in the NFL, and they're putting it right there against the Browns. Both of them are fighting for who's worse and who's more dysfunctional. So let's be real, guys. The Jets are a dysfunctional mess. Aaron Glenn isn't proud of this team now. He doesn't tell you guys that, but ultimately, no one's proud of this team. I hate this team in terms of what they put out in the field. It's not been good. It's not been pretty. I'm picking the Browns, and I'm telling you why I'm going to pick the Browns. I think the Jets, fellas, are going to sack Dylan Gabriel. And guess who's going to get banged up in this game? Dylan Gabriel. And guess who's coming into this game? Shedeur Sanders. And guess what this is going to be? The coming out of Shedeur to the NFL. And he's going to a comeback
I can see
win.
that.
A comeback win. The
I
Jets
could
will be
too.
up early like 10. The Jets will be up early like 10-3. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you're feeling okay.
Well,
It's a rock
this
fight.
you're playing the Baker Mayfield game from 2018.
Yep. This will be the game. Dylan Gabriel gets banged up, and Shedeur has to be forced to go in there. And then everyone on the Cleveland Browns sideline is going, why didn't we play this guy from week 1? Why did we go with Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel over him? And he's going to lead a comeback win over a Jets secondary that is god-awful, and that Jerry Jeudy is actually going to light up the scoreboard this week. I got the Browns big, 21-10 over the Jets.
Yeah, I can see that, Ryan. It's a good one. Shedeur. I can see him make. I actually was thinking the beginning of the season this is probably when he'd make his starting debut was against the Jets, but yeah, coming off the bench that would work.
That would work.
Will the Jets get an interception in this game?
I think they are.
Okay.
I do. I think it's our boy Brandon Stevens. If I had to make a prediction, I think this
Will
is
Sauce Gardner get an interception in Berlin?
probably.
There you go, Frankie.
A pick six, probably.
Pick
That's the first
six.
thing you're gonna see
Pick
when you turn on the
six.
TV. Turn on the TV, roll over. It's 9:55. Oh,
Who's
pick
number
six.
1 on the Colts?
You guys know who actually had the last interception versus the Browns for the Jets defense?
The last Jermaine Johnson.
That's right. Stump Coz twice in a row. He's got it.
He's on it today.
He's on it today.
Maybe Jermaine will get another one.
Maybe you'll get another one. They're going to need it. Fellas, that's an episode of Gangs All here. As always, fans, hit that like, hit that subscribe button on the New York Post Sports YouTube channel. We'll look forward to Koz's coverage all throughout the weekend. On week 10, Jets, Browns, 2.5-point dog at home at MetLife. We'll see how many fans show up. Maybe we'll get the over-under from Koz and actual reporting of what the attendance is there. And we'll talk to you next week, Koz, as we trudge along for this New York Jets football
Short week
season.
next week. Short week.
Oh, that's right.
Hydrate.
Thursday Night Football.
New England, baby. In New England.
Yikes. Frankie, Koz, talk to you guys later.